Hi there, it's Karen from Adelaide, South Australia. Just wanting to show you a few bits and pieces that I've created in the last week or two. And they're really pretty much mini journals and journal pockets, some ideas for ephemera. Perhaps when I get brave enough, I might actually make them live one day and let you see how I create them, but they're pretty straightforward, pretty simple, usually made from bits of old wallpaper, some little metal stampings that you can find anywhere, some vintage buttons, random bits of materials and laces. So the first one I just want to show you, this is one that I love. I love this beautiful linen design. It's just an old piece of fabric that I picked up at the Salvation Army. Good place for sourcing all kinds of bits and pieces and ephemera. Made a little pocket on this side of it. This is actually a design from a vintage pack of paper and card, and I've sewn it down, in a cutesy type of design, not too perfect. Another little bit of a pocket there to stash anything that's secretive. Beautiful old lace that I've tea stained, just added a random bit to there. And this here is a part of a magnificent old piece of jewellery that I found, which I've very quickly cut up and used. Shame on me, but good for me. And another little piece of sari silk that I purchased online. It's pretty much just a baby journal, and these will go inside my lovely journal that I posted earlier today. Just sewn in with the gorgeous seam binding. Put a little bit of lace along the bottom, used it as a pocket, and made a little stamping of some notes on some tea stained paper. This piece here is from a journal that's actually a vintage journal, journaling paper. In the old days we used to do accounts in books like that. And so that's just really from there and just sewn together to the back of, or to the front actually, of my journal. Just added some little bits of paper. What I did was I actually found some books in at Kaiser Craft, and they were so dirt cheap. I thought, yes, I'll buy those and I'll stain all the pages in them and cut them up and use them. So that's where they came from, and I'm not sure how many pages are in here. Doesn't really need to be counted, but I've just pretty much put a stitch down the base of the middle of that and made a little journal out of it. So this can get stuck in your beautiful creations that you put together. Got another one here. They're pretty similar, just a little bit of a little heart there that I've stitched on. All the lace and bits and pieces that I find from op shops and cut them up, because I'm a bad girl and my grandmother would roll in her grave if she knew. So yeah, just another little pocket. They're pretty much the same, and bits and pieces of paper there that you can use for your journaling and your secret thoughts. They don't have to be secret, obviously. They can be good thoughts and normal thoughts. Another pocket here on the front of this one. This is a beautiful old piece of wallpaper I found again at the Salvation Army. I love that place. There's quite a few of them in Adelaide, so I haunt them. It's a wonder they don't put a barrier up to stop me going in. This one here, I've put a tiny little diamante there. It's a ruby colour, but I don't think you can pick that up on there. Made a pocket here for a journal card. This is just an embossed card that I've cut out myself and embossed with this lovely pattern, and this was a coffee stained one. I've attached a piece of white card that's been coffee stained again to the back of it, just so that you can write on it, because the embossing is a bit tricky to write on. I put a little bit of stitching across the top of this one. My old Janome sewing machine does some really good stitches. So yeah, that goes in there when it goes in, and the back is just sewn together a bit. I just like to make little interesting bits and pieces for my journals. one of my lovely little open tags that I put on there. Another little pocket here made from the wallpaper. And this is a little piece that I painted. I thought I might make them and put them on Christmas cards, but I decided against it. And you can just use it, put a little thing on the back of it if you like. This piece of paper here is probably familiar to most people. That's from A Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I think it just adds a little bit of beauty. I love her writing and I love the colours that she used in her lovely book. So I've utilised that and made a little piece in my journals. So there you go, that's that one. This one here, that's just a button that I found and stuck together, some calico, a little bit of paper from a hymn book. This one here I found a massive big piece of material, and I've cut it all up and made little trims out of it here and there. Another embossed journal tag, so that comes out. I'm not going to pull it out because I probably won't get it back in, and I've just embossed the back of that there. This one here, it's just, again, they're all pockets, so I've just randomly sewn together little ideas that come to my head as I happily go along my merry ways stitching up all day. These ones here, that's the material that I was telling you about. It was probably a couple of metres, and I've cut it up here and there. I like to add my little diamantes and some gauze to that, or muslin for those of you that prefer to call it that, and a little bit of paper stuck in there. So this is a tag pocket, and that'll go in my lovely journal that I showed you this morning. Again, a little bit more of that material. Beautiful vintage flower here that I cut up from an old bridal bouquet. And this lace I've had hanging around for a while. I'm thinking, what am I going to do with it? But here we found something to do with it. Another pocket there. Another pocket, a little lace band that you can stick a tag down if you want to, or put a tag in there. Again, they're all journal pockets, so they will go in my journal. There's another couple here. I love this. This is a button that I found in my stash. I didn't even know I had. So I've just made up a little rosette there and stuck that on there. There's that lovely material again, and another embossed tag. I stitched around the edge of the tags. The back of that is just pretty blah because that's going to be stuck down on my journal page. This one here, again, just a piece of calico with a couple of little bits of lace trim, coffee stained this one. I'm yet to finish that one, I think. It probably needs something more to lift it. Righty, moving on to these beautiful things. I showed you one of these this morning. They open up. Actually, this one is lovely, the inside of it. They're all very different. Put my beautiful little journal clip there that I make. Beautiful little beads on the bottom. They're Swarovski crystals, so I don't hold anything back when I make my stuff. I'll probably show you the other one here. This is a calico one. It probably opens out a little bit better, so we'll open it up. There we go. So photos that everybody's aware of. I don't tire of these, I just love them, and I use them in a lot of my work. Put a little diamante here and here. Material that I found at the Sally's, and I've coffee stained that, and this beautiful little bit of lace as well. And I've used some calico to join this one together, so that just opens out. Nice little doily that I've used as a pocket. Place to stash another journal card. So yeah, you can put paper in them. I didn't tend to put paper in mine. I've just popped journal cards in each of them. This one here, as I mentioned this morning, this is from a CD case. You know, those little sleeves that you can put your CDs in. Not that people probably use CDs anymore. That's probably why I found them so cheap. I think I got about 3 lots of this stuff for probably $1, and in each lot there was about 100 pieces of this. So I've got so many of them, so I'll probably put them in a lot of my ephemera and journals. But they stain up well, as you can see, and such a cheap, dirty cheap way of using them in your ephemera stash. So yeah, just again, the Country Diary's saying just a little bit of a torn off piece, and that folds in. You can fold it in any way you like. Fold it in that way, and gorgeous, gorgeous little couple of bits of doilies. I've made a pocket out of that one there, and there's a pocket under here, so I'm a bit of a pocket freak. I like to make pockets. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little piece of information and creativity. Feel free to leave me a comment, and feel free to go to my Facebook group, which is Vintage Style Journal Creations. Thank you for watching.